So Euro 2016 is done and dusted. Portugal have won Euro 2016, but let's get a best 11 between us if we can. Joining me is Louis from 100% Chelsea. We've got Elliot from the BearPit TV. Flav, you know Flav, because he wears the hat all the time. Fighting Cock, do you like that little plug? Do you want that?
Cheers.
There you go. And it's me, innit, James. So we're going to go through the nominees. There's a lot of players to go through. We're going to try and do a 4-2-3-1 formation. The nominees for the goalkeepers are Neuer, McGovern of Northern Ireland, Buffon of Italy, and Lloris of France.
Yep.
Who would you go for, Elliot?
I went for Buffon.
Why?
I think he just had an outstanding tournament, and he's so old, but he's still doing so well.
Don't you just, the older someone gets, the more you love them, don't you?
And now he says he wants to go on and do the World Cup as well in 2 more years.
He's 36 years old. He's playing in the worst Italian team in 50 years, and he's just he's a linchpin. He's
should have saved that penalty though, shouldn't he? I would say
That'd be
so.
harsh.
He could have saved that.
Yeah, but it's a penalty from 12 yards. What do you expect? So
You do
Neuer
well to
saved
save
it.
those.
Neuer saved it.
he didn't say the exact same penalty. He's saying a different penalty. Look, Buffon is an amazing keeper, and I think people are kind of heaping accolades on him because of his age, and he could potentially be playing in 6 major world tournaments at international football. But Lloris has been, even in the final, he was superb.
Made a couple of good saves. Yeah, well, from the few attacks that they had, couldn't save Eder's goal.
No, but it was a strong strike from the Swansea
Well, to be
man.
fair, no, Lloris has made some outstanding saves this tournament. I mean, there was the one in the first, there was in the group stage. You had the semi-finals. He was absolutely outstanding. I put him in my team as well.
Yeah. One
One
nominee that we didn't make the nominees list, despite being a
Was it Joe
nominee,
Hart?
I just said, was Joe Hart. He did ever so well with his passing and his shouting. Is Halderson of Iceland, had more saves than anyone else, 27 saves. Then Courtois didn't make it either, 20 saves. Then Fabianski, 19 saves. And then McGovern, who did make the list. Should McGovern be the goalie?
Probably
No.
not.
No?
We've probably been a little bit kind of rose-tinted about Northern Ireland's pathetic efforts at the tournament.
The most Flav response you will ever hear, ever.
Who wants to go with Lloris? I would go with Lloris as well. Despite not saving that final one, did make some good saves in the final, and in the semi-final was probably the difference. Neuer made a mistake in one of the games. Well, the semi-final. Buffon, I think, made a mistake with the penalty. He should have saved it. Lloris gets it. We move on to, let's go centre-backs. So the nominees are Bonucci, Chiellini, Pepe, Ashley Williams, Boateng, Fonte.
So
So we can have 2.
Originally, I did have Boateng and Chiellini, but I'm changing that to Pepe and Chiellini.
Same.
Right.
I had Chiellini and Bonucci, but now I'm going Chiellini, Pepe. After that final tonight, he's just done the job.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to play devil's advocate here, and I went for Bonucci, and then I shoved Chiellini in there because obviously their partnership was so strong. So I think it's a given. Like Chiellini is definitely in that squad, but for me, Bonucci. I mean, the amount of interest he's had since the tournament as well. Surely,
Is that a reason for someone to get picked?
Doesn't matter at all.
No. But it's a case of like how well he's played. For example, as a ball playing centre half, for example, the pass he picked out to score one of those goals in the tournament for Italy, it was a great pass. And I mean, not many centre backs can do that. He can tackle. He's strong. If you look at the Italian league as well, I know this is based on a tournament, but if you look at the Italian league, a solid centre back like you got the top 4. The Juventus centre backs are the top 3 in that Italian league. He is a great centre back, and in my opinion, I'd have Bonucci and Chiellini.
He may well be, and I don't disagree with anything you've said. But Pepe got to the final. He just won the tournament. Chiellini was out of the 2 was the better centre back.
What about 2 people that you haven't spoken about? Boateng and Ashley Williams. Boateng more balls recovered than any other player in the tournament.
He's amazing.
And he scored an absolute
Ashley
belter of a
Williams.
He has done really well as well.
Bullet header, played brilliantly, played with one arm.
Yeah.
49 balls recovered, 7 blocks, 33 clearances, which is second most in the tournament. Neither of those getting in there?
No, they should. All 4 of them should play.
Ashley Williams' hairline let him down for me.
Really, that's why he doesn't make
what it
it.
comes down
No, the whole pretending about the shoulder thing. I was like, I'm
Well, you
walking
weren't
like
happy
that.
with that?
Oh, get off the pitch.
Yeah,
Mate, get off
in
the
the
pitch.
next game, absolutely fine.
Collins is a perfect replacement. Get him on there. Oh, I want to stay on. Your arm ain't that hurt. And then you play the next game. Bore off, mate.
Fair enough. So, right, let's get a vote down. Pepe first. Who votes for Pepe as one of your 2? That's 3 of us. Pepe makes it into our Euro 11. And then we've got Bonucci, Chiellini, Ashley Williams, Boateng and Fonte. Bonucci was... Anyone want to vote for him? 2?
I would vote for him. He's amazing, but Chiellini was outstanding.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bonucci over Chiellini. So Bonucci makes it into our centre-backs.
Well,
Sorry, Flav, we're going to have to move on. Fullbacks. Right? The nominees are Kyle Walker, Jonas Hector, Kimmich, Piszczek, Bjarnason, chucked him in there, and Robbie Brady. Now, we know we've got a few wing-backs in there, but a lot of them can play fullback. Who sticks out for you?
Robbie Brady, obviously. I think he converted. What we were looking at earlier. He's been part of 67% of
their 3 goals.
So he scored 2 of their 3 goals. So he can bomb forward. This is me looking at it from a tactical perspective.
I would agree with that. I think Robbie Brady is a really underrated player.
He can play fullback. I'm exactly the same yard.
He can play fullback for
We'll be laughed off the internet if we put Brady as a fullback.
He's not a fullback.
I'm going to go.
No, you're not going to that. You're not having that. You had
He's the host. He has the overall decision.
No, you had Bonucci. You're not having.
Give me your left back then.
Hector, yeah, absolutely. Hector of Germany.
Brady didn't even play there.
He didn't. That's rubbish.
He can do a job.
We're having Hector left back. The whole world knows that Hector's the best left back, right? So and Walker was the only standout player.
He's the only England player you can give some credit to. He played 1 game.
See, now I thought Kimmich arrived on the world stage. 21-year-old.
I agree with Kimmich.
He was superb. I mean, it's finishing in the
semi-final,
let him down.
But to be fair to Kimmich, he's a player. He's replaced Philipp Lahm. So Philipp Lahm, one of the world's best as a right back, and then he'd moved to holding midfield position. But Kimmich has just walked into that team, and he's been fine. He's been absolutely solid, in my opinion.
For our own safety, I worry about putting an English player in the side. Do you agree with that?
I just think that we were so bad.
You're so desperate to get a Spurs player in this team. That's what it is.
Lawrence is in there already.
True.
Okay, go on then, Kimmich.
Kimmich right back.
And Hector. Can't put Brady in.
You can't put Brady in left back. It's just
we can.
It's stupid. It doesn't make
1 point.
Okay, we're
it
gonna
doesn't make any sense.
Executive decision.
You don't put Brady.
Wait. No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Craig.
Don't do this, Craig.
Hector or Robbie Brady at left back?
Robbie Brady.
Yes!
We're a joke. The whole of Bull Street is a joke.
Okay, now we've got 2 centre midfielders.
Cheers, Craig.
2 sitting centre midfielders. The nominees are Pogba, Cruz. I can never say his name. Krychowiak, Joe Allen.
Joe Allen's got to go in there.
Where's Ramsey
No
going?
Allen, no pie.
Where's Nangalan?
Nangalan. Nangalan, go on, you can chuck him in as a nominee as well. Do you want to put Nangalan as well?
Yeah, I'm having him in there.
I'd also like to.
Huh?
I'd also like to put 9 goals in.
So that's 2. Nangalan, because he stepped up when it was necessary. He scored 2 very late goals from range. He's got a great haircut. And I just think there's very few of the midfielders in this tournament. Their reputation preceded them. This guy kind of had a reputation, but he stood up and was counted.
He's been decent all season, and I said that this was a tournament he'll finally announce himself, even though he's getting on a bit. It's like 27, 28 now. But I thought this is when he'll show the world what he can do. And I know Chelsea, some other clubs may be interested in him.
Okay,
well, and I think he did.
I'll leave that one hanging in the air. Let's talk Pogba.
No.
Let's not talk about
another one. Man United, 100 million, however much the fees are now. I think
he was expected to run the show, wasn't he?
It never happens.
It never happens. It never happens.
So do we wipe him away?
No, it's a case of everyone was going, oh yeah, he's towards the end of the tournament, that deep position, he's really shown himself. The whole point of a tournament team, you had to be good throughout the tournament. If you haven't got through to the stage, there are players in this team which have not reached the latter stages, but for their team and for their country, they represented themselves, they played well. He has not played well the entire tournament. You can't be in a tournament team.
He's played well in patches.
Yeah, but you can't be in patches in a tournament team.
I think we're unanimous he doesn't make it, right?
The guy's world class, but he hasn't been the best midfielder in the tournament.
So let's talk about one of the the midfielder of the tournament for me, Toni Kroos. It's not funny, Flav. 136 deliveries into the attacking third. The next was like 70 something. I don't even know what that stat means, but 136 is a big number. Okay? He attempted 653 passes. 608 of them he completed.
It's a lot.
So you've got a guy who's playing the ball forward into difficult areas, into the final third, and they're all hitting their man. This guy is going to be the next Pirlo. He's the next Xavi. Well, not the next Xavi. He already is. He is awesome and has to be in this team.
I don't disagree with anything you've said.
Brilliant.
He's got to go in.
Agree?
Literally, when we were looking at the stats earlier, I was sitting there
Just
going,
a
"Wait,
beast.
you sure?" Like that was 3 numbers there compared to the 2 to the person next below.
So the only
three
thing I
digits
could
to
maybe
2 digits.
pull him up on is, does he get enough assists and goals?
Direct.
How many,
Right,
how many
nice.
completed passes? How many completed
Very
passes?
good.
Yeah, I know,
608.
he completes them, but does he
Look,
get enough direct?
Do you know what happens, right? Look, if I'm being honest about stats, it's just people that don't really haven't.
Don't give me that.
No,
Don't give me
listen.
that. I've given you very clear instructions with those
Listen,
stats.
people who
You've
haven't
seen my Bible. Don't diss stats.
who haven't watched enough football. Look, Louis, you're only 18. Like, it's not your fault, right? If you haven't watched enough
Oh, we're
football
going off topic here.
to understand the nuances of the game,
Right.
all right. So what happens is that people rely heavily on stats.
But I've
You
given
look
you a
at Luke-
reason. I've given you the reason behind those stats and what that.
I still think he should go in.
All right,
I
so
think
what are you moaning about?
I just
think
I'm
he
making
could do
a
a
point
little
generally
more.
about football.
Right,
more.
right. Save it for Rue de Ballon coming Tuesday. So Tony Cruz is going in. That executive decision by myself. So we've got Joe Allen, Pogba's not going in, Krychowiak, and Nangolan. You two feel very strongly about Nangolan.
I don't feel
This-
very strongly about him. I don't mind. I think he's had a good tournament and he's worthy of a mention.
I think Joe Allen, for a player who has not performed to a good standard in the league this season, to come out and basically be a key part, maybe not so key as Gareth Bale or Ramsey, but still a key part in that Welsh team and how far they got. I just think that Joe Allen should I think he should get in that team.
Do you know what? I'm with Louis.
Yes! I've got a flower
Right.
side.
I don't even know
Joe
why you're
Allen.
sitting there, mate.
Joe
Just
Allen.
making stuff up as you go along. Right. I'll tell you what. We're going with Nangolan. You can't change your mate.
Yeah.
Not Nangolan makes
No,
it.
but it's
Apologies.
2v2. It's 2v2. That's with me. Craig.
It's just easy.
Craig. Nangolan or Allen?
Oh, come on. Right. He's like the Wizard of Oz. Right, we move on to attacking midfielders. So we've got 3 here. So we probably want 2 in wide positions and 1 through the middle. The names are Ramsey of Wales, Bale of Wales, Payet of France, De Bruyne of Belgium, Hazard of Belgium, and Iniesta sneaks in there as well for the group stage, playing very, very well.
Easy for me. It's Ramsey in attacking central midfield, Bale out on the right, and Hazard out on the left.
Hazard on the left.
This is a Chelsea fan, but Hazard, no.
Hazard had more assists than anyone else. 4 assists,
Yeah,
so
but
he has contributed.
Ramsey for me, as a Spurs fan, it's difficult for me to say, but he was the best player for Wales and in the top 3 or 4 attacking midfielders in the entire tournament.
Definitely.
Bale is fantastic and is amazing, but functions so well with Ramsey. And he's a kind of an unsung hero, really, to a certain extent, because Bale gets all the plaudits. Without Ramsey, they were a different team.
And the
completely.
Julie
Ramsey.
missed him in
They
the
did miss him,
semi-final.
didn't
Absolutely.
they? No,
do,
cutting
you
edge.
reckon, do you reckon that's why he dyed his hair? So Bale could just go, right, I know
There
who
he
I need
is.
to pick out.
Yeah, give him the
That's
ball.
not a bad shout, probably. But no, I think I think he Ramsey, for the fact that he was playing amongst mediocre players.
So who says Ramsey in the attacking midfield?
Absolutely,
Central?
absolutely, 100%.
Lovely. Ramsey makes it. On the right, are we happy with Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're putting Bale in there, you got to leave Ronaldo out.
Ronaldo, I don't think deserves to be in this team.
Well, Ronaldo's going to be in the strikers. He's been
All right,
playing
Bale
up
then,
front.
Bale,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, on the left, surely it's Payet.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I mean, Hazard has contributed, but they did get to the final, and he was a huge part of that. Got the goal against Albania in the last few minutes. Got the goal against Romania in the opening game.
Yeah.
Crying his eyes out. Just gotta love that.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know. Hazard seemed to carry Belgium so well, and those games he did play, and he influenced much more than Payet influenced the French games for me.
This is a Chelsea fan saying Hazard should not get in this team.
He played well against Hungary.
He's had those.
Did he do much against Wales?
Look, he hasn't been better than Payet, has he?
I don't think so.
You can't just go off one game. Like I was sat there going, yeah, great game against
Payet
Hungary.
then.
Carry it to next season.
Payet.
Well done, you.
If
Well
I
done.
have to accept
Genius.
it.
Payet makes it, so Payet makes it onto the left. So we've got one place up front, and the nominees are
Griezmann.
Ronaldo, Giroud, and Will Grigg.
No moth?
Yes!
No moth?
No moth on there. No, hang on.
Manager.
No
Mark's
moth.
manager.
Here's a stat for you. You like this, And so Griezmann was involved in 46% of France's goals, being that scoring it or assisting him. 6 goals in the tournament, 3 more than any other player in the tournament. And here's a stat on Ronaldo I was amazed by. For a team that revolved around him, 46 attempts on goal he had in the tournament, which was like about 20 more than any other player in the tournament.
Ronaldo had 46 attempts.
12 on target, 3 goals, one of which I think was a penalty. So, forget the moth. It's about the myth of Ronaldo, because that is pretty poor.
Do you know what? Forget Ronaldo for a second. Griezmann came into this tournament with the world on his shoulders, a young lad, and truly is a brilliant, if not...
And a brilliant striker.
If not world class. And he's not even a striker, he's not even a forward, really.
No, but he's done a great job there when he's gone up there. You've seen the difference in him.
He's a Tracuiesa.
Trequartista.
I put my balls out there.
Oh, God.
Hey, look, we all try. We all try.
He's not a forward, but I would put him as my number 9 in this.
I mean,
team.
another thing we saw as well was sort of, if you look at the amount of goals that people have scored in this tournament overall, so over history, so Alan Shearer, Ronaldo, Platini, I think it was. Griezmann scored 6 in this tournament, and he's already 3 goals behind Platini.
Yeah, 9, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's got to go, and the celebration. I mean, that's what's going on there.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen on the
For that or Griezmann doing it?
Both of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has been superb.
So there's our team. Griezmann, right?
Yep.
Yep, we happy with that? Happy with your team?
I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, Nangland got in there.
Nangland.
So that's our team. That's our best 11 from Euro 2016. Let us know what you think about that team. Which players should have made it in that didn't. Which players that are in there that shouldn't be in there. And let us know your player of the tournament as well in the comments below.
Final episode of Rue de Blonde, Monday or Tuesday.
Coming Monday or Tuesday. So subscribe to that if you want to get wound up by Flav.